This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. We want to get you the latest coronavirus case counts here in the territory. It appears as if the Delta variant continues to fuel an increase in COVID-19 cases. We continue to see a significant spike right now with 327 people currently testing positive for coronavirus throughout the VI. There are 118 active cases in St. Croix, 199 in St. Thomas, and 10 on St. John. Most of these cases are among unvaccinated individuals, according to the VI Department of Health. And all of the current 18 hospitalizations in St. Croix right now are among unvaccinated patients. And we're taking a closer look into this week's protest outside of the VI legislature, where dozens of people took a stand against UVI's COVID vaccination mandate. Students and employees are required to get vaccinated in order to return to campus. But there's been quite a bit of pushback on that rule. Our USVI News' Ali Bourne-Vanek has more.
Protesters lined up outside the VI legislature, a group made up of mothers, children, students, and employees of the University of the Virgin Islands. They want UVI to reverse a mandate put in place that says all students and employees must be vaccinated against COVID-19, but they add the protest isn't anti-vaccine.
We are not anti-vaccine, and we will not discourage anyone from taking the vaccine. We are pro-choice. Everyone deserves a choice as to whether or not they should take it without having adverse effects to their livelihood.
Majestic Estrada Peterson, a co-organizer of the protest, says their message is about having a choice and not having your education be what you sacrifice if you don't get the vaccine. And she says there's growing concern because they've heard some people have applied for religious or health exemptions from getting the vaccine, and they've been denied.
We feel that it's unfair to several people, and it's also unfair how they've been denying all of our exemptions, religious and medical exemptions. We really believe that everyone deserves a choice of to whether or not they should get vaccinated, and we should respect that choice without taking away people's jobs or their right to a quality education.
The protesters also raised the question, could there be other options to keep everyone safe rather than requiring all UVI students and employees to get the vaccine?
We would like them to offer some other options, because we do realize the different ways where it is legal for them to mandate at the university. We would like them to offer other options similar to what President Biden did with the federal government, which is that they can either get vaccinated or they can be tested regularly. There's another list of it. That's just one of them. But there's some other options that can happen so that people can continue to have their jobs and so that students can also go to school.
Now, as a student, you could still take UVI's online courses even if you haven't been vaccinated for COVID-19. In fact, UVI offers many courses and programs online. But not all, as the protesters point out. Some courses are not available online, which many argue may not offer students the full educational experience. And as for employees, not all positions can be done online, just like many other universities and colleges across the nation.
Here it is, the board went and voted to just go ahead and do it amidst the fact, even though the students had already participated in two surveys at least, that said totally that we're not interested in forced vaccination. We're not interested in creating the bubble that you believe will be for the safety of the university, when in fact there were so many other provisions for safety already built in and practiced and shown that it worked.
This is a very controversial issue, and we have been receiving some support, but it's always good to have more support. People are concerned about, public safety. And this is a very important issue that we also deal with. We would like to encourage the students, faculty, and staff to continue wearing their masks, continue social distancing, proper cleaning and disinfecting practices, and all of that. We really want to keep with the COVID protocol because we also want to keep everyone safe and get out of this pandemic together.
In St. Thomas, Ali Bourne-Vanek, USVI News.
And in terms of the vaccine, the CDC is strengthening its recommendation that pregnant women get the COVID-19 vaccine. The CDC says scientists analyzed safety data involving nearly 2,500 pregnant women who received a COVID-19 vaccine before 20 weeks of pregnancy and did not find an increased risk for miscarriage. The agency also says pregnancy actually increases the risk for severe illness from COVID-19. As a result, the CDC is recommending pregnant people should be vaccinated against COVID-19. This also includes those who are breastfeeding, trying to get pregnant, or might become pregnant in the future. According to the CDC, only 23% of pregnant women have received at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine as of July 31st. Top U.S. health officials continue to say getting vaccinated is the best way to protect yourself and others from COVID-19 and the highly contagious Delta variant going around right now. But a recent study from the CDC highlights the importance of COVID-19 survivors needing to roll up their sleeves as well.
It's not a new recommendation. For months, top U.S. health officials have advised everyone who's eligible to get fully vaccinated from COVID-19. Partial data from the CDC now suggests more than 99.9% of fully vaccinated people have not had a severe breakthrough case.
I think all of us would want the vaccination numbers to be a lot higher in the sense that we know we need a lot more community immunity.
In a June Gallup survey, one of the reasons Americans cite for not wanting the vaccine is the belief that they're protected because they already had COVID-19.
Having been previously infected is not going to give you the same level of protection as being fully vaccinated.
A new study by the CDC suggests those who got COVID-19 in 2020 and did not get vaccinated were more than twice as likely to be reinfected in May or June of 2021, compared with people who contracted the virus but were later fully vaccinated.
My advice to everybody who's been previously infected is that you need to get vaccinated because you're going to see a lot more breakthrough infections. The evidence on this is actually pretty clear. You're going to get a lot more infections if you're not vaccinated than if you are.
It's still unclear how long natural immunity lasts in those who have recovered from COVID-19, but the CDC says there's no minimum time to wait between recovery and getting vaccinated.
And that CDC study says new variants of coronavirus like Delta may affect the length of natural immunity in those previously infected, but studies of vaccinated people continue to show high levels of protection from hospitalization and death. It is 3-1. One airline, United, is requiring every employee to get vaccinated. But Delta, American, and Southwest will not be implementing a COVID-19 vaccine mandate. Delta says 75% of its workforce is already vaccinated, even without a company-wide mandate. Southwest's CEO says they're still strongly encouraging workers to get vaccinated, but aren't mandating it. Same for American, which is also offering people an extra vacation day next year if they get vaccinated by the end of this month. A new poll finds a fifth of American parents with children eligible for COVID-19 vaccines say they will definitely not get them vaccinated. Another 23% of parents in the Kaiser Family Foundation poll say they may get their kids vaccines, but later, not right now. 88% of parents of unvaccinated kids said not enough is known about the shot's long-term effects. 79% said they're worried about immediate side effects, and 73% are concerned it could impact their kids' fertility. While 58% of parents are against a vaccine mandate, when it comes to mask mandates, 63% of parents were in favor of schools requiring unvaccinated students and staff to wear those masks. Next week, the community is invited to learn more about plans to demolish an old school in St. Croix to make way for a new one. The Virgin Islands Department of Education will be hosting a virtual community meeting at 5 o'clock on August 17th on the department's YouTube channel to share details of the upcoming demolition of the Evelyn M. Williams Elementary School. The meeting will be live streamed on social media platform and will also feature officials from the VIDE as well as representatives from the contractor who will be performing the demolition. The project timeline and expectations are going to be covered in this virtual community meeting. If you're interested in attending, you can visit the Education Department's YouTube channel. The Evelyn Williams site will be the new location of the Arthur A. Richards K-8 school.